1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
It's the best day of the week, and Week 10 kicks off tonight for Thursday Night Football. Let's lock in on a good time Thursday.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're going to break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. We are live with you here via the ESPN South Florida app, via your smart speakers, and also, of course, via ESPN 1063. It is a Thursday. Thursday is the best day of the week. Definitively, I will not take any other contenders as such. I know some people love their Sundays, especially during football season. I know some people, Saturdays can get sexy. Fridays are feel-good days as well. But Thursday's ultimately the best day of the week. And again, those debates are no longer being had, especially not on Theoretically Speaking. Week 10 of the NFL kicks off today. We are returning to some NFL overseas action on Sunday morning. But again, tonight, Raiders v. Broncos, not necessarily something to phone home about, despite our director of content, Brian McLevin-Rowitz, a Raiders fan, flying to Denver to see it in person. He's flying to Denver to see his team get shellacked at the Mile High Stadium in person. The guy must have a humiliation kink. On the other side of the glass, on the ones and twos, in for a dude in C-Cat who we know to have a humiliation kink. Cade Chumslin is back in the house. What's happening with you, Cade?
Wait, am I having the humiliation?
No.
Is C-Cat having
Cat. Cat
you
is
put
the
that
one.
right in between the two, and I got nervous for a second.
I'm sorry for leaving that adjective up in the middle of the sentence. My English teachers from throughout my years in middle, high, and college, they used to get on me about that. But no.
Listen.
C-Cat is the one that likes to be punished. Cade, you seem like you're more straight and narrow.
Listen, when you are married to an English major who had a 4.0 and studied at Oxford, you get a little crazy like this. So
I understand.
I'm in tune with all of that stuff. But good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you as well. Man, speaking of being in tune, if you're in tune with this football season, you're riding an all-time high right now. My brother, a good gauge sometimes for me on how spectacular a sports season is, or how big a sports story is resonating, is how actively involved my family is in watching or engaging in it. I come from a family that doesn't really care much about sports. A lot of athletes in the family, not a lot of folks that sit around and actually watch the sports. So I'm kind of a unique person, especially in my immediate family. But my older brother, every time I talk to him, we've gone back and forth on things that have been happening in this NFL season. And I think it's because, there's a great amount of parity that has returned to the NFL, even in the age of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid dominating the league and residually being in the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl. It feels like this year we're getting a heck of a lot of parity. The Chiefs, if the season ends today, people love to say this, season ends today, who's the MVP? Season ends today, who's your favorite? If the season ended literally today, November 6th, on this beautiful Thursday, Chiefs would be on the outside looking in. They wouldn't be playing football anymore at 5-4. They have a lot of ground to be making up. If the season ends today, also the guy who a lot of people would say is the most spectacular, the most talented player in football, Lamar Jackson, he and his Ravens at 3 wins would not be in the postseason. This is something that you dream of if you're a football fan, is teams with a lot to play for down the back end of the stretch. And I like to call after week 9, between week 9 and week 10, the midway point for the season. About half of the NFL teams at this point either have served their bye weeks or are serving it this weekend. And then also, of course, this is when the division games start heating up. Kay, we're going to do throughout today's show some mid-season awards for the NFL. But one thing I wanted to kind of tee off with before we got into going over the awards is just how strong a couple of divisions in specific are in the NFL. If I had to tell you before the season kicked off, which division do you think is the strongest? Again, before we saw any of these games, before the Colts came out of nowhere and were a wrecking ball, before the Broncos showed us that they have enough power to jump out to a lead in the AFC West. Before the season kicks off, if I asked you which division is the definitive best division in the NFL, what say you?
I would have said probably the NFC North with the Lions, Packers, Bears, and a decent Vikings team.
That's kind of like that was the overall consensus amongst sports fans and amongst anybody that watched the NFL last year. The NFC North was so damn good that they had a 14-win team that had to play on the road because you needed 15 to win it last year. The Vikings, the Lions, the Packers, and the Bears were dominant last season. The worst team in all of that bunch was the Bears, but up top between the Vikings, Packers, and Lions, it was an absolute bloodbath. This year, they're not so bad. It's a little disappointing at the top, but still, fourth place in the NFC North right now. The Vikings are 4-4, and they're going to be taking on the Ravens this weekend with a chance to play spoiler and not only get over 500, but push the Ravens into a deeper hole now as they are in a must-win situation. But look back at that NFC North, and despite them having two teams, we can realistically look at each other and say, I see them having a shot at winning a championship. The Packers, who are 5-2-1, the Lions, who are 5-3. It doesn't feel like they any longer hold that mantle right now as the best division in football.
No, especially with the AFC West looking as good as they are with the Chiefs in third, but then you got the NFC West with 6-win teams. It's like the NFC North is kind of struggling. Every time they seem to get on a rhythm, they always lose too.
Yeah,
like Detroit finally looking good, lose to Minnesota. The Packers come out the season so hot, lose to the Browns and then the Panthers.
That is going to, I will say, people have been shaping this narrative all year long of Jordan Love and the Packers being a Super Bowl favorite and a team likely to win the championship. Now, I before the season kicked off, I had Chiefs v. Packers with Kansas City retaining the Lombardi Trophy. Yeah, I'm a Chiefs fan, so of course, but also proof is in the pudding. When Mahomes starts a season, it usually ends in the Super Bowl. So it's not that crazy of a take. The Packers' 2 losses so far are the Browns and the Panthers. There's a good chance, and then, of course, they have the ties to the Cowboys. There's a good chance they keep rallying off wins if they return to form and if that defense gets back to a top 10 unit and if Jordan Love can find something now that Tucker Kraft, his number 1 target, is out for the season. Jordan Love finds something in that offense that he can rely on outside of Romeo Doubs. There's a chance they could be a 13, 14-win team, and the blemishes on their record look so bad that, like, if this was the college football 12-team selection committee, they'd be like, I don't know about the Packers. I don't know. Some bad loss. It's crazy right now.
No, it's unbelievable how they cannot seem to rise. Well, it's interesting. You want to say they can't rise to the challenge, but they can rise to the challenge against the good teams. And then when they just take the back seat and think they're going to cruise, this is the NFL.
Yeah,
every team is good. You know those crazy situations that people try to play. Like, okay, would the worst team in the NFL beat the best team in college football? Yada yada yada.
Right.
You're talking about a team full of professionals. You're talking about a team that takes 2% of the best college football players and you put them on one team. That's going to trounce every college football team, and it's going to compete with every NFL team, just like we've seen this year. No matter how bad you are going to compete.
I will say, those Miami Dolphins, I know they
34-10 against the Falcons. They keep annoying you. They're the most annoying team in the NFL.
Here's the thing, though. They did beat the Falcons 34-10, but so the Panthers shut out the Falcons 30-0.
Falcons beat the Bills. The circle of parity is completely there.
It's funny. The circle of parity already completed itself in the NFL, and I think it happened like 2 or 3 weeks ago where every team has won via transitive property against another team. It's a huge circle of parity. I say that to say the Dolphins did not go on the selling spree that I expected them to do for the NFL trade deadline. Had they, I don't know, man. I would look at a team like Ohio State with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, and I'd just be like, well, how would the Dolphins stay in front of them? I know the Dolphins will win the football game, but there are going to be multiple plays where, a la what Marvin Harrison Jr. did on Monday Night Football to Deron Bland, there will be multiple plays where the Ohio State wide receiver core make the Dolphins defensive backs look absolutely silly. That's all I'm saying. The Dolphins will win the game. It's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's not crazy. Back to the topic at hand. Best division in football. I'll just start. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna tee up a division and we'll go ahead and eliminate some just process of elimination. Let me give some NFL music going here. I love a little NFL films music. So we're going to crown the best division in football now through 9 weeks, and I want to start with an easy one. This should be pretty easy. AFC East. You with me on that?
Well, the easiest division in football?
No, I'm saying we're going to crown the best division in football, and
Yeah.
I'm saying the AFC East is not in it. I'm throwing them out.
Oh, okay. I
We
thought
have to eliminate.
I thought you were going from worst to first, but we're just sheer eliminating. Yes, 100%. Get them out of here.
We're just going to eliminate them so we can come down to a top 3 or 4, and then we'll make our decision based on the results. So we're going to go ahead and cross out the AFC East.
Yep.
All right. What's another one you can throw out there that you think that maybe has a shot, or maybe we get out of the way early?
We can get this one out of the way early. I'll take the AFC South out, no problem. Thank you very much.
Colts, though. Colts holding them up. Texans?
Titans are tearing them all the way down.
Yeah. For as good as the Colts have been, the Titans have been equally in the opposite direction. And then you have two teams in the middle who are trying to find their identity fully. The Texans are going to be without C.J. Stroud this weekend. The Jaguars are without Travis Hunter for the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Dude, a Titans team that burned us both. We both took their over this year.
Know,
that's not looking fantastic.
That feels silly. So we eliminate the AFC South. We eliminate the AFC East. It's too early to eliminate the AFC North, isn't it?
I think so. The problem is they're hurt.
They're hurt.
This is a completely different question if they're healthy.
And also, I've been one that I've said, and again, the Steelers get the big win against the Colts. I've been saying that's a fugazi team. I think that the wheels are going to fall off of it. I think they're old. I think them putting Jalen Ramsey at free safety, they might have cooked with a little something right there. He was flying to the football from that safety position, and he looked a lot better than when I've seen him get torched by wide receivers out on the outside. So I wonder if they found something there. But I don't believe so much in the Steelers, and we need to still wait and see it from the Ravens. They were bad early in the year, even with Lamar Jackson. We can't just, gift them wins because the MVP's back.
Yeah, you're also talking about a team in the Cleveland Browns that are just terrible. When you are the best team or best division in football, you need to have 4 competent football teams.
So I would say the Browns and the Bengals, who are also a non-serious operation, they are on pace right now to be the worst defense in the history of the modern NFL.
Correct.
The Browns and the Bengals hold the NFC North back. We're going to go ahead AFC North. We're going to cancel them out too. So we've already dropped 3. We got 5 left. I mean, the last division in the AFC that you would consider is the AFC West, and I think we should wait. We should
That's
wait
in contention, 100%.
Okay, let's move over to the NFC then. In the NFC, the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles are the only one with a winning record in the NFC East.
Get them out.
It's over with for them. It's over with. No love for those feisty Giants who got a win over the Eagles already. No love for them.
More injuries. If Cam Scottaboo was healthy, there would be a completely different story. If Jaden Daniels was healthy, if the Dallas Cowboys could have a competent defense, they're healthy. They're just bad.
The NFC East, the Cowboys on a 2-game losing streak, the Commanders on a 4-game losing streak, the Giants on a 3-game losing streak, and they lose in this conversation. Moving forward, how about the NFC South? The Panthers just beat the Packers at Lambeau. They're 5-4. They might have a wild card spot. Now, I get it. It's not the best division. I feel like we're going to cancel them out. But I will say, a lot more competitive than I assumed they'd be.
100%.
A lot more competitive.
100%. The more we do this exercise, the more I'm realizing this whole entire thing is about your weakest link.
Yeah.
Not necessarily about your best team, and the Saints are on that division.
The Saints are 1-8. The Saints sold Rashid Shaheed at the deadline. We thought they would get rid of Alvin Kamara, but he said, if you get rid of me, I'll be sipping pina coladas by the beach. Probably tank this draft stock a little bit if you're a contender and you're trying to get a running back in your house. So let's go ahead and get rid of the NFC South. Let's do it. So now we are down to, in the NFC, the North and the West. So we have the AFC West. That's the only division that stood out of the AFC. And in the NFC, we have the NFC North and the NFC West. And I will say, I think both of these two divisions should make the cut. It's funny. The Cardinals are the only one with a losing record between these two divisions, the North and the West combined. All 8 teams are the only one with a losing record. They're 3-5. I wonder what their record would be if Jacoby Brissett just started the whole season.
Very true. Very true. You win that game against the Titans, almost guaranteed.
Yeah, you could chalk that up as a win for sure. So they would be 4-4.
Yeah.
And then you had that close call against the Seahawks earlier in the year that came down to it. If you had better quarterback play there, who has more reliable, more reliable compatibility somehow with the targets, despite him being the newcomer and Kyler Murray being there since 2019, the Cardinals are likely a team with a winning record. How the Cardinals are playing today, they might be 3-5, but I know Bill Parcells says your record is your record, and that's who you are. I think that's better than a 3-win team right now. I think the NFC West has to be in it.
Now, you got to just quickly on the Cardinals. They kind of fooled us last year. by going, I believe it was 3-0 to start the season. I think they were 6-3 in the middle of the
They
year.
looked good
I
early.
called them a playoff team. I thought they were going to run out the division, and then they lost about 6 of their last 7 games. So I'm a little wary just after one good game against the Cowboys, because you got to remember, this was the team, and you know this because of Monday midterms on Monday. This team had the longest losing streak in the NFL going into Monday night.
And a lot of that had to do with the turmoil around the team, right? So it started with a 1-point loss at Levi Stadium against the 49ers. The very next game is a Thursday night football short week at home against the Seattle Seahawks, and you lose 23-20. You have the absolute nightmarish loss to the Titans after that, 22-21. And then you play the Colts to a final possession as well. So I'm looking at all 5. They had 5 losses in a row coming into Monday Night Football. All of them, like literally one possession games. If you add the points up of those 5 losses, it doesn't even get to 10. They lost by 1 several times. This is crazy.
Well,
they're a good football team. I think they're a good football team.
They have a plus point differential.
Yes.
Only division in football with a plus point differential.
The Cardinals, I believe, are one of the more underrated and more slept on teams right now in the NFL. There's more people that have eyes on them because their win over the Cowboys was on Monday Night Football. I think they have a lot to prove this weekend. 4:05 kick at Seattle against those Seahawks. That's one of the best defenses in the league. That is a divisional foe. If Jacoby Brissett can lead them in and keep hitting Marvin Harrison on those deep dig routes and Trey McBride underneath and getting yak, if they find a way to threaten or dare I say beat the Seahawks, dear Lord, I would say the NFC West, man, has a very strong conversation, because who do you have more confidence in right now, the Cardinals or the bottom dweller in the NFC North and the Minnesota Vikings?
Okay, now I have it in the Vikings.
Really?
But I actually think I have more confidence at the top of the top. This is where you kind of switch things up.
Okay, so you like the Vikings over the Cardinals, but you don't like the Packers as opposed to the top of the NFC West.
I don't. I would take both the Seahawks and the Rams over the Lions and the Packers right now.
So Tucker Kraft being gone really hurts.
Yep.
Tucker, for people that hadn't been paying attention, he looked like maybe the best tight end in the NFL. And he is the one guy that Jordan Love trusts in big moments on the Packers. If not him, maybe Romeo Doubs. And also the Packers have that defense that's led by Micah Parsons. They've got a good front around him. They get a lot of pressure. Like, I like the Packers, but you're right. Jordan Love is so volatile. You can't let the Panthers beat you at home and have me have faith in you. That's why we're going to learn a lot this weekend. The Packers have the Eagles. If you are the team that we said you can be, you got to show me something at the crib against the Super Bowl champs. And then for the NFC West, the team that, the division that we're now saying can contend with the North for best division in football, you got 2 inter-division matchups this weekend.
You do.
Cardinals get a shot at the top dogs in the Seahawks, and the Rams and the 49ers are going to be facing off out in the Bay. I am all eyes on the NFC West this weekend, man. All eyes on
100%. So are we going to pick one of these two and then compare it against the AFC West?
Let's do that. I'd have to agree with you.
I would take the NFC West.
I'd have to agree with you. I think the NFC West is the division I would go with. And this would all be different if Kyler Murray wasn't on IR. But with Jacoby Brissett at the helm, the Cardinals look like a better football team, despite them being on their 3rd and 4th string running backs. Just wait till Trey Benson comes back.
True.
So we got the NFC West, and we're going to juxtapose them with the AFC West. The AFC West right now, the Broncos lead with a 7-2 record. They have, who do they have this weekend? The Broncos
tonight
Raiders.
Against
they play
the
tonight.
Raiders.
Yeah, I'm like, why can't I? Broncos have the Raiders tonight, so they likely improve to 8-2. But you can never take a divisional game for granted. The Chargers are right behind them at 6-3. But Kate, they lost both of their tackles for the year.
Yeah,
no Joe Alt, no Rashawn Slater. We'll see how that impacts their offensive line. And then the Chiefs are 5-4. Here's the issue with the AFC West. They got the Raiders.
Yep.
Who have pretty much blown things up. Now, Brock Bowers came back and the offense looked competent again. They almost snuck Colin Russo's Jacksonville Jaguars. Did that tell you anything about what the Raiders can be?
Well, they definitely are going to put a lot of heart into the rest of the season. They're not going to fall down on their face. They want to know what type of team they have. You got to get Ashton Genty going. You want to get Brock Bowers while he's healthy. You really want to know if Geno Smith is going to be the quarterback of this team next year.
So the Raiders,
it's not looking like it, but you want to play him the rest of the season to see if he can get going with his offense.
If we line it up division for division, if you're starting to cellar the Raiders and the Cardinals, I'm taking the Cardinals
all day.
If you go to the next team, the 3rd place teams in both divisions, you're looking at the 49ers and you're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs.
I would take the Chiefs in that one.
I would
Simply
take the
because
Chiefs
of
as well.
49ers injuries. They're still banged up. The fact that they're winning games, the fact that they put 34 points on that good Giants defense is still something. But right now, sheer injuries, you got to go to the Chiefs.
Now, what about the Chargers? What about the Los Angeles Chargers, who sit at second in the AFC West? How would you feel about the Chargers in a matchup with a team like the Los Angeles Rams, who look like one of the better teams in football?
You know, I got to just
LA.
look at some of these losses for the Chargers. Giants, Commanders, blown out by the Colts. They just don't know how to step up, and they have some bad losses on their record. I mean, they've played some easy teams so far. They had the Vikings when it was Carson Wentz. They had the Titans last week.
Right.
We're going to learn a lot about them Sunday night against the Steelers. You have to go with the Rams on this one.
I like the Rams a lot, man. That defense is young. They fly to the ball, and they are very good and well coached. And on the offensive side of the ball, when you got Matt Stafford still playing at he's sneakily playing at an MVP level. Devontae Adams looks like prime Devontae Adams. Cooper Kupp is no longer there, but who misses them when you got a guy like Puka Nacua coming back as well? The Rams are really good. So I'll take the Rams over the Chargers as well. And then Seahawks versus Broncos. Give me the Seahawks.
Me too.
Give me the Seahawks. I think that's a really good football team.
Yeah.
If they played anywhere, if they played on the East Coast, there will be a lot more conversation about them. They're 6-2 right now. Their quarterback is Sam Darnold, but this is an operation that you have to watch to actually enjoy and understand. They're going to be playing in the late afternoon slate both this weekend and next weekend. If you can, I advise you tap in with those Seahawks. The NFC West right now, the top division in football. We just ruled it right here on Theoretically Speaking. That was a good process.
It was, and you're honestly looking at a Seahawks team that's going to be vying for a number one slot because the rest of the schedule for them is fairly easy. Cardinals, interdivision, Rams, that's going to be huge for deciding tiebreakers at the end of the year.
Yeah.
But then they've got a 3-game stretch that is Titans, Vikings, Falcons. Right?
Okay.
So you get 3 wins right there, and then a stretch at the end that's going to be brutal. The Colts, but you have them at home. The Rams, but you have them at home. The Panthers should be able to take care of them by then. And then the 49ers on the road, interdivision. Seahawks are going to be going at it every single week.
They've got 2 good running backs. They have a quarterback who has reclaimed his status in the NFL. Jackson Smith-Njigba looks like the offensive player of the year and the best wide receiver in the league. They add Rashid Shaheed as a deep threat. Torrey Horton out of Colorado State as a rookie has looked really good. And on top of that, a top 5 defense on the other side and a defensive-oriented head coach. You got to like what you see out of those Seattle Seahawks, and we are doing it. We are crowning the NFC West the best division in football through 9 weeks. We continue with more awards throughout today's show as we've hit the mid-season point in the NFL. And sorry if your division didn't get the nod. How about this? If you disagree, just let us know. Of course, you could drop a comment in the YouTube chat at ESPN South Florida. Check out the live stream and drop your comment there. Who you feel like is the best division in football, if not the NFC West? Or you can call in to the show. How do you do that? Well, the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. Welcome to being treated like a pro, right? Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. And when I say trusted by the pros, I mean so. I know you've driven around and seen some of these facilities out here for the professional football teams, and you've seen Baptist Health lathered across a couple of those buildings. They work with professional athletes. They get players and people in general, like yourself, back to the activities, the sports, and the hobbies that you know and love. You have joint pain, back pain, issues, anything with your body, dial them up. Go online, baptisthealth.net/ortho. See if they can help you. See if, even though you're an amateur, they can give you pro-level care. And you can learn more again at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. We're giving you the best that we've got. It's the best day of the week on a Thursday, and we're asking you as well, what is the best division in football right now, if not the NFC West? And I think that it's hard to argue against it, Kay. We did a very great job of summarizing it up for the good people. On the other side, we will hit a get around. I've got to get to the remarks I heard out of J.J. McCarthy, who I do think has the most to prove this weekend. Was it a fluke? His second start being, I guess his third start, but the first one I wouldn't even count. His second start being a win over the Lions. Was that a fluke? Or does he have more meat left on the bone? We'll talk about that and more. That's K-Chums, and I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Pig Beach Barbecue on 2400 South Dixie Highway is ready for football season. With the best video walls, big screen TVs, and audio system in South Florida, it's the best place to watch all the games. Enjoy all their incredible barbecue, burgers, signature sandwiches, beers, and cocktails as you cheer on your favorite team. And with the NFL Sunday Ticket, you can be sure they will always have on the game you want to see. Let's kick off this football season right at Pig Beach Barbecue on 2400 South Dixie Highway.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets. Not a cash offer. Offered by Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!"
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Thursday night football tonight with the Broncos and the Raiders, but it was Selection Thursday here in Florida when it comes to high school football. We'll tease a little bit of some of the teams that made the cut. If you're interested in a little Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast football action, before we talk about those revelations that we have, of course, up on ESPN Top 63's Twitter, as well as the ESPN Top 63 YouTube page and Instagram, I want to tell you all a little bit about my favorite spot to kick it during football season, and that's Duffy's Sports Grill. Because Duffy's has it all for you, for me, for everybody during football season, including a full roster of new football features like barbecue pulled pork nachos with the hand-cut tortilla chips, slow-cooked pork shoulder, little Jack Daniels barbecue sauce rub. Of course, you got the Duffy's Double Smash Burger, 2 certified Angus beef patties smashed with caramelized onions and topped with melty aged sharp cheddar. All of that on an artisan bun. A little bit of that Duffy's burger sauce on it. You also want to get those burgers with the touchdown tots, right? 2 different ways. Buffalo chicken touchdown tots or OG cheeseburger tots. Both of them will have you doing the touchdown dance when you're done wrapping up with it. Of course, you can go with the classic, the award-winning wings, now tossed in 17 different flavors to choose from. And at every Duffy's location, no matter what the time is, 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. There's also game day buckets you can get. This is why it's the ultimate place for sports watching, for fandom, for kicking it with the buddies, for fantasy football drafts, all the 9, graduation parties. Duffy's Sports Grill has 80 or more television screens, 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And then, of course, during football season, the game day buckets. Nobody does football season like Duffy's. Visit your local Duffy's. Duffy's Sports Grill, go to Duffy'sMVP.com to check it out and get your awards member card today. Be an MVP like me. Cade, you were on the stream as the FHSAA released the playoff seeding and matchups for high school football in the state of Florida. Was the production fun? Was it good? Was it nice?
Well, it's crazy. It was actually delayed a whole hour. The production itself was fantastic.
Nice. Okay.
We had some crazy high school drama just out of the gate as a team from Orlando, which was previously banned from playoff contention due to a player violation, had then sent in a court order first thing this morning to try and legalize their way back into the system. I don't have all the details, but crazy stuff went down just this morning. They had all season to try to work this stuff out. And this team is very good, and they tried this morning to try to sneak their way in to the point where not only did the bracket show get an hour delay, they actually would not reveal the region of the bracket where this team could potentially be in because they were scared that, or they just weren't sure what the ruling was. This is still going on as we speak.
I'm looking right now from John Santucci for the USA Today Network, the first academy eligible for FHSAA football playoffs after judge temporarily lifts the ban.
Wow.
The first academy's football team can now pursue its dream of a state championship, at least for now. This on the Daytona Beach News Journal. Orange County's Judge Margaret H. Schreiber temporarily lifted the first academy's postseason ban on November 6th. That's today. Less than 2 hours before the FHSAA is announcing the playoff brackets. A hearing has been scheduled for 1:30 on November 10th, which will be the top of next week. So the question is, if they are now eligible because the ban was temporarily lifted, did they get put on a bracket? Because
they would have. Yeah, they would have been either the 1 or 2 seed. They're really good.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if
this is the team. You'll actually know this team. This is the team that beat West Boca, but got disqualified because of rules and violations.
So West Boca High School won the first state title in this area in over a decade last year. Their one loss got erased because it was to First Academy, but then First Academy got all of their wins, or some of them at least, taken off because of an ineligible player. So they got themselves into trouble again? Or is this from last year?
I don't know. It's either again or consequences from last season. But these guys have been in trouble for now over a year.
They went 5-5 this year, 0-4 at home.
How many of those are forfeits?
None that show, at least on Max Preps. I'm very curious with how this story ends up playing out, because if they get let in on the back end and you've already released these brackets, that would mean that somebody got left out for them. And if there's another hearing on November 10th, which will be before the high school football games are played that upcoming Friday, You either have a team that is going to be left out and then put back in once we find out what happens on November 10th, or the FHSAA has already left them out and they're going to be absolutely ticked off if November 10th they are approved. So I'm curious how this pans out, but that's going to be another story for another day. How many teams from the area, despite the First Academy's transgressions and absolute halting of the show, how many teams from the area are actually going to be in the playoffs this year now?
19 Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast teams, Theo.
Wow.
Across almost every bracket, too.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, the Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, it's really the heart and the start for a lot of elite football players when you talk about the pros and in college ball. 2 recent Heisman Trophy winners that played football in this area, Lamar Jackson and Travis Hunter. You have a player like Khalil Mack, who's a future Hall of Famer from right out of this area. Suncoast High used to sport this speedy returner, receiver, and cornerback named Devin Hester, who was just recently enshrined in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Like, a lot of it all starts here. Cade, you watched the Florida versus Georgia game. You saw the Florida-Georgia game out in Jacksonville, and there was a certain speedy running back with some quick cuts for the UGA who made a game-deciding touchdown sporting the number 33, but just 2 years ago, he was number 1 on the ESPN Top 63. Chauncey Bowens.
Talk to me.
Former Benjamin High School running back, making his hay on Saturdays right now. So, again, these high school football playoffs that are about to take off next week, it might sound small potatoes to some folks, but a lot of these players that you're seeing on these Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast teams are the stars of tomorrow, and they are making it rock on Friday nights. I think we have a chance at another state championship this year.
Dude, we do, and we have a very good chance, especially in our 7A bracket, Region 3. There are, for those who don't know, there are 4 regions. Each region decides a state semifinalist, and in each region, there are 8 teams. In Region 3 of Class 7A, which is the highest class in Florida high school football, we have 4 out of the 8 teams from Palm Beach County or the Treasure Coast. Vero Beach, Jupiter, Fort Pierce Central, and Palm Beach Central, the number 1, 2, 3, and 6 teams in that region. So we're almost guaranteed a state semifinalist based off of that.
The number 1 quarterback in the 2028 class coming out of high school resides in Vero Beach, who is also the number 1 team in the ESPN Top 63. Now, I'm not sure what Champ's actual status is going to be. Ephraim White has been filling in for him and whatnot. I want to get too inside football here in the high school level, but I'm telling you, the level of play around this area is absolutely elite, and we'll be bringing you the brackets. We'll be bringing you the highlights and all of that. Just download the ESPN South Florida app. Download the app where you get your apps today, and you can make sure you're staying up to date with all things high school football, high school sports, and local sports coverage in general. Moving off of that, because you can find all of that online and on the app, which is readily available for you. Thanks to the hard work of Cade Chumsland for watching the stream and getting that stuff up for you ahead of today's show. We do need to spin it back to what we're going to get here in week 10 of the NFL. Pressure is starting to mount. It is getting late early. And I know that there's a lot of teams that have high hopes. There's a lot of fan bases that feel like this could be their year. But I think that this could be the weekend that we absolutely get to decide out what's real, what's not, what's strong and what's weak, what has real motion and what is going to wither over time. Week 10 is going to be a deciding weekend in the NFL. And I want to start things off right now with the player who has the most to prove in this coming weekend. A lot of times when you're doing this kind of exercise, Cade, it boils down to quarterback. It's hard not to, right? Like, I'm not going to talk about a left tackle who has to prove he can protect the blind side. Like, come on, man. It's Sports Talk Radio. It's got to be quarterback. When I look around the league right now, there are several quarterbacks who have a very volatile, or at least the perception around them is volatile. We're high on them one week, we're down on them the next. Look at the 2024 NFL draft class with those quarterbacks, those top 6 guys. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Michael Penix, J.J. McCarthy, and Drake May. Now, we've already seemingly crowned, like after we crowned Jaden Daniels the cream of the crop last year because he had the most prolific rookie season in the history of the NFL, bringing the Commanders to the NFC Championship game. Seems like this year people are pre-crowning Drake May as like an MVP candidate and the best quarterback out of that class now. Is that what you're reading?
I am reading that. I mean, they're 7-2, but I do read that.
I'm just saying, again, we're prisoners of the moment here. Like Jaden Daniels was just the guy. First of all, coming into the year, Caleb Williams was the great one. the promised prince, the man who's going to get it done. Then it became Jaden Daniels. Now it's Drake May. There's also another guy in that bunch, in Bo Nix, who has a bone to pick. He's atop the AFC West. He might end the Chiefs' reign over that division, which is becoming Brady-esque. I believe if the Chiefs win it this year, it would actually set the record for most consecutive years winning a division. And Bo Nix and the Broncos right now are saying, So he has a word in this as well. But there's another guy in the NFC North who has a lot of eyes on him, who has caught a lot of strays since he entered the league, coming out of college for the national champion Michigan Wolverines, and that is J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy is lining up for a coach in Kevin O'Connell, who many of us consider to be one of the great offensive play callers in today's NFL. We watched him win a game on a short week with Josh Dobbs, days after acquiring him be able to coach up an offense that was not only decent enough to stay on an NFL field, but to win in a short week. We watched this guy get wins with the likes of Dobbs, with the likes of Keenum, with the likes of who was the guy that came in there and got a win in the midst of the injuries between Kirk Cousins and J.J. McCarthy taking over and Sam Darnold. Was one other quarterback I can't think of. Not C.J. Beathard. So you don't remember? You can't off the top?
No,
okay?
I'm working on it.
You know what? That's how incredible what O'Connell was able to do with the Vikings was that it were guys that were afterthoughts in this league that were able to line up for him. Nick Mullins, line up for him, play well, and get a win. So I look at J.J. McCarthy right now, who has 3 starts in his NFL career so far. One of them absolutely horrendous from start to finish. And that led to his quote-unquote soft benching, where he got injured somehow and just disappeared for a few weeks, and we had to watch Carson Wentz literally throw his arm out on the field before McCarthy got brought back out there. Then there was the first game of his Vikings tenure, which a lot of people are going to forget because it felt like so long ago. But remember when they opened the season against the Bears, the Vikings did, the 27-24 win, where McCarthy was a ghost of a quarterback, an absolute shell of what he would like to be for 3 straight quarters. And then he set all kind of records by, scoring 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, including the game clinching one that he did on the ground. Like, that was an incredible fourth quarter, but a terrible first 3.
He went from third string to first string in 1 quarter. It was incredible.
It was absolutely insane, and it resulted in a win for the Minnesota Vikings. He was 13 for 20 with 2 touchdowns and a pick, but he also had that rushing touchdown on the ground. McCarthy has now 3 starts. He is the first player since in modern NFL history to, in 2 of his first 3 starts, throw for 2 touchdowns and run for another. In 2 of those games, the Vikings came out with wins against the Bears and then against the Lions. And it kind of feels like 1.5 wins because they are divisional wins, and it helps propel the Vikings to a 4-4 record. One thing that I've talked about the Vikings offense this long, Kate, and I failed to mention the most important part of it. J.J. McCarthy got Jay Jettas. He has Justin Jefferson, who, despite all of the other great players, I've talked about how Jackson Smith and Jigba's having the best season right now. Jamar Chase had the triple crown last year. Triple crown, that's probably.
That was awesome. That was a Cadeism right there.
You like that?
That's my type of work.
Triple crown that Jamar Chase had last year. I still would say I got to see it again before I'm able to crown anybody over Justin Jefferson as the best wide receiver in the league. He still feels like the ultimate player at that position.
True. 100%. And just because his quarterback play isn't the best right now doesn't mean his skill is up to standard with the rest of the NFL. And especially when JJ does get him the ball, you can see it in full force that Jay Jettas is still the elite of the elite.
The Vikings are at home this weekend. It is a 1:00 kick. They are 4-4 in a division where they must win as well. I know you might not have these expectations on them, but within that locker room, they want to make the playoffs. They are hosting the 3-5 Baltimore Ravens. I don't think 20 points gets it done. I don't think 25, 27 points gets it done. I think this Vikings offense is going to have to hum to keep up with a Baltimore Ravens offense that is now finding its groove. People talk about the return of Lamar Jackson. Patrick Ricard, the ultimate weapon at fullback, has been another thing that has unlocked their run game even more because they're able to throw him out there and change up personnels and get more of an advantage in the with the numbers in the run game. I think the Ravens and Vikings could end up being somewhat of a mini shootout in Minneapolis, and that's going to put a lot of weight on the shoulders of J.J. McCarthy. And here's the thing. He's never really had that in his career. J.J., even in college at Michigan, they won that national championship, and a lot of that was via the ground with Blake Corum. It play action pass at most. He probably had to make 4 or 5 pivotal throws in his entire collegiate run with Michigan under Jim Harbaugh, because that's the way in which he drew it up, and it was successful. The Vikings have the kind of operation on offense where you can scheme up some stuff for him and make it easy, and that's kind of what they did against the Lions. He was able to get a little Mickey Mouse action, easy stuff drawn up from Kevin O'Connell that worked out. But if he gets himself into a real live shootout, if the Ravens come in to U.S. Bank Stadium and put up a 30 ball, I'm going to need to see J.J. McCarthy step up to the plate and prove to me why the Vikings selected him in the top 10 and let Sam Darnold walk, as Sam Darnold is now showing out with the Seattle Seahawks. He has the most to prove this weekend, and he has the tools to do it, and that's why my eyes are going to be very, very particularly on this Vikings v. Ravens matchup in the 1 o'clock slate, as McCarthy has a chance to either prove his worth, or if he falls flat on his face in this one, it's going to only further prove how Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings organization saw his first couple of starts and said, hey, buddy, limp off the field for me, please. Go ahead and limp this way right quick, because we need some competent quarterback play, because we have bigger dreams than picking back in the top 10. I need to see something from JJ. He's got the most to prove this weekend, Kate.
And JJ's going to have a gauntlet of games coming up, too. You already had one against the Lions. You got the Ravens coming up. You have a rematch against the Bears. And then you got Packers and Seahawks, who we're considering as 2 of the top 3 teams potentially in the entire NFC. You saw it last week with the Lions. That was huge for this Vikings team.
Was.
Not just for JJ, but just as a team. You're going to go see him come back out there. He had been out for 5 weeks, Theo.
Yeah.
He had been out.
Season-saving win, I would say, for the Vikings.
Definitely.
You lose that one, you probably feel like it's all over.
For sure. And now they're 2-0 in the division. You've got a couple more division games coming up, and you got a massive game against the Ravens. Thankfully, it's at home. The last game was at Detroit, one of the most ridiculous places to play and one of the loudest places to play, with a Lions team that was coming off of a very good hot win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I just got to see if it looks like a real big boy operational offense, right? Like, I got to see.
You got to put back to back.
Trust him.
You have to put back to back.
Yes.
Because we saw that Bears game, and then he falls on his face against the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Lions game. Can he back it up with a game against the Ravens? Now, thankfully, this Ravens defense is not the Ravens defense of old, but that Ravens offense is not the Ravens offense of old. They are going to want to put points. Lamar Jackson and that team is playing for their jobs right now. Maybe not their jobs, but
yeah,
you know
Lamar's job is pretty much safe.
Lamar's job's the shit. But I mean,
his status in the league.
Is John Harbaugh's job safe?
It should be. It should be to an extent. There are a lot of Ravens fans that will tell you it shouldn't, and there are a lot of Ravens fans that feel ill about what John Harbaugh has been for them over the past couple of years, if they've not been able to get over the hump. But I will say, pump the brakes on trying to fire your coach or get rid of a guy that's in-house on the headset, especially if you don't have a great option right around the corner waiting on it, because it could get worse. And we've seen teams get antsy with their head coach and get too cute and fire off a guy and then go into a pit where now you have to give him 2 or 3 years to figure out that he's not set for that position. At least I've seen Harbaugh win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and none of us are talking about Sean McDermott's job in jeopardy.
Yeah, it would have been. If they slipped up this year early on, it would have been. And I do think that as Drake May and the Patriots rise, it is going to take another level of play out of Josh Allen and those Bills. They have their operation right now on offense, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of handing it off to James Cook, a lot of heavy personnel, and using Josh Allen in the run game as well. It gives them a very good edge on teams because you're not used to playing teams like that. I do wonder how that looks once you get to playoff time and how willing they'll be to open it up and pass the ball around down the field. This is fun. This is a parity-laden NFL, and I'm enjoying every minute of it, Kate.
Yeah, for sure. No, you're seeing teams that you didn't usually see. I mean, what was it the last 2 years for the AFC divisional winners? Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Texans.
Yeah.
We're probably going to see 4 different teams lead their divisions this year.
That's kind of crazy. You could see the Colts. You could see the Broncos. Right now, the Patriots have the lead in the AFC East. And what's the other one?
Steelers over the North.
Oh, no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I think the Ravens are going to lock that up. But who is your player or team with the most to prove in Week 10 of the NFL? Let us know. Hit us up here on Theoretically Speaking at ESPN South Florida is the YouTube stream. And, of course, you can jump in at any point via the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. CCAT is out. Kate Shumslin in on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos, and we're going to carry you to 4 o'clock here on Theoretically Speaking. Hit us up on that Baptist Health Hotline. Tap into the good people on this show and tell us who you think has the most to prove this weekend in week 10. Maybe it's tonight. Maybe Bo Nix got to prove something. Maybe he got to finish the job here against the weaker opponent in the Raiders. 8.5-point favorites right now at home. 888-760-3776. The Baptist Health Hotline. Hit my line. And also, welcome to being treated like a pro. I want to welcome you to pro level orthopedic care at Baptist Health, because that's what they're giving you. They're giving you their best. They're giving you their A+ effort. They are playing and they are working and coaching you up and doctoring you up like their season is on the line. If an injury is keeping you from what you love, our expert team is here to get you back in the game. I don't care what game it is. Padel, pickleball. You know what? Billiards. I'll go with billiards. We had somebody, I got Cody and Jupiter called in and said, billiards is a sport. So you know what? Maybe you are too sore to play billiards. Baptist Health can get you back on the pool table. It's trusted by the pros. It's ready for you. Because everyone deserves pro-level care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. And hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Cade, we're going to get your player or team with the most to prove on the other side here on Theoretically Speaking. And then when we get into the happy hour, we'll make sure we get our get around. Tina's going to be in the house and get our cocktail of the day. We're going to get this thing rolling on the best day of the week, a Thursday. It is Kate Shumslin in for CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
At St. Lucie Battery and Tire, batteries came before tires. We've been selling and servicing all types of batteries for over 50 years. So when you need a battery for nearly anything, we have it, as well as the fast professional installation you need. We carry premium batteries for all your needs: automotive, commercial, marine, RV, and specialty. We also offer delivery and on-site installation, serving our customers quality products for over 50 years in the home of honest, reliable service. Go to slbt.com and book your next appointment.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's, where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Every family has dreams: a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving for life's big moments or everyday expenses, a Boost savings account helps you reach your goals faster. Open a Boost savings account today and start boosting your future at Flagler Credit Union. Boost checking is required. Other qualifications apply. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small? Trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
For nearly 30 years, Jay Zolo and Associates has helped local businesses harness the full power of QuickBooks. This holiday season, they're thankful for the confidence their clients place in them year after year. From setup and cleanup to troubleshooting, management, and personalized QuickBooks training, Jay Zolo brings clarity and reliability to your financial process. Jay Zolo makes QuickBooks work the way it should for the way you work. Visit jzolo.com to learn more. That's JZOLLO.com.
Safebound Moving and Storage is growing. We're looking for new movers and drivers who lead by example, show up ready, and take pride in their work. If you're dependable, willing to learn, and thrive in a fast-paced environment, you'll fit right in. This isn't just a job, it's a career. Do you have what it takes? If so, visit safeboundmoving.com to apply today. Safeboundmoving.com.
So let it rip.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Man, I made it to week 10 in my survivor pool. Huge pool, by the way. Down to 8 people now. And I am absolutely nervous about my week 10 pick. We'll talk about that later in the show, what teams I'm considering. And Cade, maybe you can help me out with that. I'm a little. Have you ever made it to 10 weeks deep in the survivor pool?
I've never done a survivor pool.
Really?
It's on my bucket list of football things to try out next year.
It's exhilarating, man. It could be exhilarating in the right or wrong reasons because there are some huge wins and there are some incredibly insane losses. I mean, multiple people got eliminated by that Cardinals loss to the Titans.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I mean, with how we're doing in cover 5, I probably would have been out at least week 1 or 4.
Yeah. It gets crazy. We want to get to the happy hour soon, obviously, with Tina, get some things shaken up. But then I do feel it's only right if we take a little trip on my favorite vehicle.
The Safebound Get Around is brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, South Florida's most trusted moving company. You're safe with Safebound.
Safebound Get Around, baby. That's how we get around. Topic to topic, place to place, all across the globe in sports and in culture and in life. And we're going to start off in a familiar place.
Next stop.
We're starting off in a familiar place right down here in South Florida, Miami. But honestly, we're starting out with some sad news. This just reported this morning, early this morning, a fire destroyed the home of Miami Heat head coach Erik Spoelstra early this morning, with officials saying more than 20 units were dispatched to what became a futile effort to save the property. No injuries. Home was unoccupied, but it was reported that the smoke pillar was reaching the top of the trees.
Oh, good.
In the neighborhood.
That absolutely sucks. So the Heat fell to the Nuggets last night. So they got back early this morning on the flight. So Spo literally arrived back to his home following that loss, and always furious, to a home that is engulfed in flame. Thank God there was nobody in it. Also, thank God that there's, I'm sure he has insurance and whatnot, and that he's safe and everything is good. Talk about injury to insult. You get the loss on the back end of your West Coast trip as you're headed back home. Home goes up in flames. And then also the news just came out about Bam Adebayo, who left the game against the Nuggets early. This via the Miami Heat Twitter. Injury update. An MRI has revealed that Bam Adebayo has a left big toe sprain. He has been ruled out of tomorrow night's game against the Charlotte Hornets. Bam, clearly the Heat's best player. Bam, not going to be on the court against Charlotte. They should be able to win without him, but I'm going to need Khalil Ware to step up in a big way. So just a triple whammy of bad news around the Heat. Praying that, Spo's insurance take care of business right here, man.
Next stop.
Staying with some fairly sad news, and I want this to be a little bit of a call to everyone out there who needs help. We go to Dallas, Texas. Defensive end for the Cowboys, Marshawn Nealon, was reported had passed away this morning from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot.
Yeah.
The team put out a statement Thursday that did not mention the cause of death, but again, it was reported today on ESPN by reporter Todd Archer that it was from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot. Theo, I don't know if this was in a event where he needed it.
It was. So I can explain. I read the story.
Okay.
He, and not to get into too much of the details of it, but he had got police reportedly tried to pull him over. Reportedly, according to police, a chase ensued as he refused to pull over, and the chase actually ended when the police could not see him anymore. But they did find a wreck later on, where they did find then the Cowboys defensive lineman who had then again succumbed to a gunshot injury, who the police say he did it to himself. So that's the telling around the story. He was 24 years old. His football career and his life fully ahead of him. So it's extremely sad. And yes, the suicide hotline, as people know, 988. Make sure you call it if you're ever feeling lonely, if you're ever feeling anything anxious. But this was obviously a different type of scenario. And honestly, you hate to see this in general. It's got to be extremely odd and weird for a team to have to deal with this, a team that is so generally engulfed in distractions like the Cowboys in the midst of a weird season. So just prayers up for his family, for his girlfriend, for his team, and just, you know, in a world in which we sit here and talk about box scores and results, we have a 24-year-old NFL player who literally lost his life and took his own life, according to police, this morning. So just extremely sad. But again, for that locker room, I'm sure they're going to want to kind of bond together and play for him, play in his memory. And it just absolutely sucks, man. It absolutely sucks.
They've got a bye week coming up. They'll be able to mourn him. But like literally, again, if you need any help, please tell somebody.
Yeah.
There's always somebody out there looking for you.
Tell somebody, call the hotline 988. That is the Safebound Get Around here on Theoretically Speaking. We are going to move on into the happy hour here on the other side. Before we do, though, we do want to make sure that we put some tickets in the hands of some of our fans. You know what time it is, man. It's time now to give away a 4-pack of tickets to the Stewart Air Show. The Stewart Air Show. That's right. It's coming up, and you can go with a friend and a friend and another friend. I'm talking about 4 free tickets to the Stewart Air Show. They could be yours. All you have to do is call in right now. Be the third caller, 888-760-3776. Hey, Theo, what's the Stewart Air Show? Glad you asked. Well, it is one of the greatest shows, and it is returning 3 days of high-flying excitement from November 7th through the 9th. That starts tomorrow in Stewart, and it's one of the largest annual events on the Treasure Coast that draws out families, veterans, and aviation enthusiasts. It's a Veterans Day weekend tradition, honoring our military past and present. 888-760-3776. 4 tickets to the Stewart Air Show. They could be yours for free, just for being the third caller. 888-760-3776. Going to have the F-35 Lightning II demo team and much, much more thrilling aerobatic performances. Dozens of historic and modern aircraft right there on display for you. This is for the community. This is for the good people. And these tickets are for you. All you got to do is call in and be the third caller. 888-760-3776. Call into the Baptist Health Hotline and get your Stewart Air Show tickets for free right now. And if you want to purchase them yourself, StewartAirShow.com. Again, that's StewartAirShow.com. It's the Stewart Air Show, honoring the past, inspiring the future. 888-760-3776. Win those tickets for me and the good people on this side. That is Kate Chumsland in for CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. It is a Thursday here on Theoretically Speaking, and we're live on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Banyan Printing. For 47 years, the trusted partner for all your printing, mailing, and signage needs. And 2025 just brought something big to Banyan. Introducing Banyan's new press. Bigger, faster, and more competitively priced than anything you'll find anywhere in the Palm Beaches. Think variable data postcards, bulk mailings, and high-quality print on stocks up to a 24-point board. Banyan Printing. Visit banyanonline.com and discover how your business's printing materials can get bigger and better.
Get ready, South Florida. It's the 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl. Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at FAU's Flagler Credit Union Stadium. 2 of the best group of 5 teams go head-to-head in the ultimate holiday showdown. Over 150 players have gone from this field to the NFL. Who's next? Visit BocaRatonBowl.com for the latest, including when tickets will go on sale. The 12th annual Boca Raton Bowl, Tuesday, December 23rd, 2 p.m. at Flagler Credit Union Stadium.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUCHawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Snowbirds, welcome back. Time to trade your coats and hats for swim trunks and sunscreen. And get your home ready for company. Before the family arrives, make sure your home's water is in top shape. Hard water and hidden minerals can leave spots on dishes, dull your laundry, and dry out your skin. Not exactly festive. Schedule your free water test today before the holiday rush. Culligan will make sure your water is as clear and welcoming as that ocean view. Visit Culligan.com or just say,
"Hey, Culligan man!" Mas Plus by Messi is hydration plus more. A beverage like no other, made to give everyone an extra boost of positivity and inspiration every day. Created by Lil Messi, Mas Plus delivers a balanced blend of electrolytes with natural flavors, no artificial sweeteners or colors, no caffeine, and only 1 gram of cane sugar, plus vitamins with no compromise on quality ingredients. Floridians can purchase Mas Plus by Messi at key retailers across Florida or online at masbymessi.com.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli. And
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's is voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. This is Theoretically Speaking. We have entered the happy hour. Kate Shumsden is in for CCAT on the other side of the glass, on the ones and the twos. And joining us right now on this Thirsty Thursday, the best day of the week, is none other than Espresso Martina. What's shaking?
Happy Thursday. I love a Thirsty Thursday.
Great. It's great.
I was exploring Anthropology earlier today.
Okay.
Took a little just brain break and walked on over there. And they had an espresso martini purse. And
really?
I was
How
like,
does that work?
It literally was like the shape of a martini. It's not much is gonna fit in this purse. Like some cash, some cards, maybe my phone would fit in there, but not much. But I was like, this I think is just meant for me. I might have to go over and go get it because it is an espresso martini and I'm espresso martina.
It makes sense. Sense. And for those that don't know, the difference between an espresso martini and a espresso martina is the liquor.
Yes.
And the liquor would be?
Tequila.
Tequila.
One of our teammates said to me about 30 minutes ago, Andrew Crosby, he goes, wait, do you really only drink tequila? I thought that was a bit. And I was like, no, I really only drink tequila. Liquor-wise, like that's it. And then some cab and that's it.
Yeah, like once you get past a certain age, it's like you know what liquor you like and you stick to it.
And you know, like, okay, if I have rum, I'm not feeling good the next day.
Yeah.
Like you know what works, you know what doesn't, you know where you could have a few and be good the next day, and you don't shy away from it.
It doesn't, it's you don't want to be reinventing the wheel out there. I will say it's been a while since I've done a good wine tasting. Maybe that's something I need to put on the list here soon. One thing I don't like about South Florida, no wineries around here. No wineries to actually go and do like the actual whole shebang-a-bang. You got to go to like restaurants and do random,
Well, you know where you can go and do an amazing wine tasting?
Talk to me.
Is the Gardens Mall. Because you can go to Cooper's Hawk and do their wine tasting. And I actually love doing a wine tasting before I have dinner there.
Nice.
Just nice little, kind of like an appetizer, but with wine. And you get to try so many different wines. And that's where I actually learned what wine I like. Because I, just in my early 20s, I was like, oh, everyone likes rosé. So like, I'm going to have rosé.
Of course.
But I never tried any white wines or red wines. And I went to Cooper's Hawk and I did their wine tasting. And I got to know a little bit more about wine and found out that Cabernet is amazing. That's my go-to, and I love it. And if I'm having dinner or even just maybe a stressful day at work, I go home and open a bottle of wine and pour me a glass of Cab.
Come on now.
But a good place to do a wine tasting is at the Gardens Mall at Cooper's Hawk, or maybe you could go to Tap 42. That's another great spot that I love to go to for happy hour or food, or even all the things that they've got going on there for the holiday season. You can now book your reservation to take photos with Santa at whereissanta.com. It's great. You can have food. You can shop. You can just have all the holiday festivities around you at one place, the Gardens Mall. It is the premier shopping destination in Palm Beach County.
I love it. If you love it, I love it as well. And can we get a cocktail of the day as well? I mean, I know it's not an espresso martini.
No.
Though you were inspired by the purse you saw in Anthropology. What's a good cocktail of the day for us to sip on?
Today, this cocktail does involve tequila. It is the Denver Broncos Orange Shandy.
Orange Shandy.
Yes.
Okay, talk to me.
You've got tequila. You've got orange liqueur, orange juice, 2 bottles of lager, and then orange slices for garnish. It's interesting.
Lager? Like beer?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Beer, orange juice, and tequila.
Yeah.
With orange liqueur.
Yes.
Broncos fans are insane.
Yeah.
You know what? Broncos fans are high.
Maybe the altitude, and the elevation's just messing with them, and this is delicious.
There must be on something.
Yeah.
To be conjuring up a recipe like that. But okay, so what's it called again? The Broncos?
Denver Broncos Orange Shandy.
That's disgusting. But that is your cocktail of the day, and I'll let it ride. Tonight we do have Thursday Night Football. Raiders v. Broncos. Our content director and noted Raiders fan, Brian McLevin-Rowitz, will be at the Mile High Stadium.
Yeah.
Maybe we should text him. We'll text him the name of this cocktail, see if he can order it at the stadium.
He actually loves tequila too, so he might try this for us.
Oh my goodness! If he tries that, only one, just a one and done.
Yeah.
Do not try to go back to your seat, double fisting the Denver Broncos Orange Shanty, whatever they want to call Shandy or whatever they want to call it, because it's gonna make you might be in a shanty town after that. It's gonna be crazy like that. NFL Week 10 kicking off tonight, starting off with Thursday Night Football, wrapping through the weekend. I'm a little down on college football right now, a little upset, but I want to talk about the final game of Week 10 of the NFL, because I'm not sure, Tina, how much, and I know, Kate, you probably were aware of it a bit, how much y'all knew of the ordeal around the tush push this past off season.
The Eagles were big into the tush push.
Yes, that's what they do. They do it all the time in short yardage, in the red zone. They push the tush.
Yes.
They do it often.
Yes. I know the movement.
Okay. So you do know that this offseason, this summer, there was a push to ban the tush push.
Yes.
That push, which got settled out at the owners' meetings right here in Palm Beach County, right over at the Breakers, which I was at, where they voted on and decided to keep the tush push. That actual rule change that was proposed was led by the Green Bay Packers. Well, guess what? On Monday Night Football, the Packers will be at Lambeau Field trying to defend their stadium the team they are welcoming into Lambeau is the pusher of the tushes, the Philadelphia Eagles. Packers are 2-point favorites at home. I for one, Tina, and the Eagles pull out the tush push like nobody's business.
Yes.
Yeah, they do it. They do it like it's going out of style, which literally it might be actually going out of style because it might get banned post this season. So the Packers are the team that wanted to outlaw the tush push. The other owners in the NFL decided not to vote it away, so it was retained for this year. It feels like this is the final season of it, the curtain call for the tush push. People are sick of it now.
Do you think the Eagles are going to do more tush pushes
Yeah.
against the team who tried to stop the tush push?
I would assume so. Here's a quick stat.
Rub it in their face.
And also, you know their head coach, Nick Sirianni, not the type of dude who's known for his sportsmanship and known for being like a good, just cordial guy. He likes to stick it in people's faces.
Mm-hmm.
So I do assume there's going to be a lot of tush pushes. This is a stat right here from ESPN.com. According to ESPN research, the Eagles have run the tush push 21 times over the first 8 games of this season.
Wow.
21 tush pushes. And it is the ugliest, slowest, most boring play in football to watch. 21 times. They've had a conversion rate of 76.5%, which is down from last year when they were 82% conversion rate. And again, the years before that, 83% and 92%. So the tush push is starting to be less and less effective, but it's still astronomically successful for short yardage play, and they still run it to oblivion. If they're averaging right now, again, 21 tush pushes through 8 games, that is a little under 3 per game. We set the line at 3. We're going to go around the room here. Cade, you get involved as well. Is it more or less than 3 tush pushes called on Monday Night Football, Eagles v. Packers? I'll start, and I'm going to say it is going to be more.
I think it's going to be more. I think we're looking at 5.
Yeah, 5 at least.
Yes.
If I do it on a 2-point conversion, Cade, over or under 3 tush pushes on Monday Night Football?
You have to think about how many short yardage situations the Eagles plan on getting into. And I think the Packers, led by Micah Parsons, are not going to let the Eagles get into short yardage situations. I will say under. And actually, that total is actually under what I thought it was coming into the year. I thought they were egregiously going after it every single quarter.
The first few games, it felt like they were, and then it kind of slowed down. And part of that is game script. So what you're playing there is the odds that there's a game script that doesn't allow for the tush push to happen as much. I think it'll be a close game. And I think, again, they have so many opportunities to do it. They would do it on 3rd and 4. They've had times where they've done it on 3rd and 4 and then 4th and short, just back-to-back tush pushes. So, and I know Sirianni, man. The dude he argues with fans. He mother bleeps people left and right. He walks with bravado. He's one of the more arrogant coaches in the league, and you know what? He deserves it. He won a Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to leave Lambeau Stadium without at least 4 or 5 tush pushes. And it's
just
a
to
primetime
put it
game
in their face.
Yeah, and it's a primetime game. He knows all eyes are on them. He knows people are talking about the tush push all week long. In fact, Matt LaFleur, head coach of the Packers, had to discuss it with the media this week because it's a big storyline.
See, I think the Eagles are sick of having people say you're only winning because of the tush push. It was the same reason why the same week that they were absolutely hounding on the passing game, Jalen Hurts had statistically his best passing game ever against the Vikings.
Yeah.
I think they hate having the haters for their team as a whole, not just the tush push. So I'm expecting a full, well-rounded, off a bye on a Monday Night Football on the road. See a lot of Saquon, see a lot of AJ, see a lot of Devontae, see a lot of Hurts. This is a shootout.
Yeah.
This is going to be a shootout, and I think there's going to be big plays, not necessarily tush pushes to make them win.
We gon' see. But I know how the Eagles get down. And it is far from the city of brotherly love. It is they like to get after it, and they like to do it and get in your face about things. Do y'all have any big weekend plans planned up for right now? I know, Tina, you have some moving and shaking to do probably likely. I'm headed to Minneapolis in a couple of weeks to watch your Vikings play the Bears.
Stop saying my Vikings. Stop saying that, please.
You guys, it's your B team.
It is my B team.
Yeah,
but it's not like okay.
I say the same
Don't
thing
you,
about
like, don't you
Seacats
bring
Giants.
your lunch in like a Vikings bag?
Yeah, he's a Texans fan.
It was gifted to me from my mother-in-law, and I take free stuff when I'm 23 years old.
Tina, I know you're a Steelers fan. Do you have a B team, a team in the NFL who you also just like? You want to see them win? You're happy when you hear that they won?
I feel like because I am surrounded by so many Wisconsin people, it's the Packers.
The Pack.
Yeah.
The Pack and the
I have a
Steelers.
Packers shirt too.
Yeah.
So
Makes a lot of sense. I
yeah.
can see that. It's an infectious fan base when you're surrounded by them. And when they're having fun and playing well, and you know those Green Bayers know how to drink, it can be a good time.
Yes, it could be a good time.
All right, so I'll excuse that. Your Steelers and your B team is the Packers. It's weird for me as a Chiefs fan. I don't really feel like I have a B team, and that's partially because I departed the Panthers 5 years ago or 4 years ago at this point for the Chiefs, and I don't really have any. It's hard. Usually your B team starts to spark up more when your A team is not in it, but the Chiefs are always in the Super Bowl.
And you, I guess, would think like me. I grew up here,
Yeah.
so it would maybe you think it'd be like, oh, it'd be the Dolphins.
No.
But I just never.
There's never been a reason to.
Yeah, never.
Like
and my mom is a huge Dolphins fan.
I'm sorry about that.
Oh, well, my dad's a Cowboys fan.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's very none of us are the same.
Yeah, Cowboys, Steelers, and Dolphins household.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes.
Absolutely yikes. If I had to pick a B team, it might be the Ravens. I like seeing Lamar succeed.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good.
But again, it's tough because it's like if the Ravens do well, it's usually going to be at the expense of the Chiefs. I don't want it. Okay.
You're just killing me over here. You're from Houston.
I
You're just
can't do it.
refusing. Yes, exactly. You're just going to go pick the next team that's winning.
No, it's about Lamar Jackson at that point.
You're going to pick
The Ravens aren't the team that's winning. They're 3-5 right now.
But they are a winning franchise.
I don't like. So here's the thing. If you grow up in a city, it is hard for you to ever support a team if you were never a fan of that team because you were surrounded by annoying ass fans of that team. So it is going to be impossible for me to ever root for the Texans.
Out of nowhere.
You didn't grow up in Houston though. That's the difference. You don't. You
didn't grow up with the Texans. They came out in 2002.
I was still there. I was there though. I experienced Texans fans. Every time I go home, I got to hear from Houston Texans fans, and I do want the best for the city. It's hard. You understand. Imagine growing up in South Florida. Where'd you grow up? You grew up in Florida, Kate.
Yeah, I grew up in Florida. Not necessarily near any professional team either.
The Jaguars are kind of close. Huh?
Yeah.
You grew up in Orlando?
I think the closest team would have been the Magic, but nobody wanted to talk about the Magic growing up.
So it's an odd experience because it's like I can't look myself in the face and be happy for. And again, the teams and players and guys you've been rooting against your whole life, I can't just turn the needle and be like, all right, yeah, I like the Texans. That's weird. It's weird. I do
You
hope
haven't
well
been
for
rooting against. You've been a Panthers fan.
Yes, but that doesn't. We had some good bouts too in the Steve Smith era. Oof. We had some great bouts. And Andre Johnson. You know how many times I came early to the high school cafe, middle school cafe to talk Andre Johnson versus Steve Smith, who the better receiver was? Those were good times.
Yeah, buddy.
You just brought me back to some nostalgia. But no, I could never root for the Texans, man. Sorry about that. Hopefully, CJ Stroud gets healthy. Get well soon, CJ. We're going to get to a get around here on the other side. We did give away our Stewart Air Show tickets. We have a winner. So
yes, sir. Congratulations, Chris.
Congratulations to Chris, who he and 3 of his closest pals, going to be headed to the Stewart Air Show for the free ski on the show. I asked the greater football audience, the good people of Theoretically Speaking, is it cool to have a B team? And if so, tell us who your B team is. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Who is your B team in the NFL? Everybody has their favorite, but then you always know on a Sunday when your team played on Thursday, you know what team you're most interested in watching. You know what team you get a little bit of a smirk on your face if they're winning. Maybe it's just the team that you have the most fantasy football players on that year. Who's your B team and why? 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. The Baptist Health Hotline. I want to welcome you to being treated like a pro. Step into pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From our weekend warriors to our seasoned pros, our all-pro team going to deliver you the advanced care that you deserve. Yes, you. You don't have to be a professional to be treated like a king or a queen. You don't have to be a professional to get your body taken care of by the expert, the professionals themselves at Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. I want you to get back to those activities, those hobbies, the things you love. I want you to get back to those that you know. I want you to get back to it ASAP as well. And Baptist Health Orthopedic Care can get you there. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. Again, that's baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. Your B team. in the NFL. As of course you root for your squad, but you always have that little soft spot in your heart. I got C-Cat because he grew up in the New York State area. He kind of likes the Giants. He's favorable towards the Giants, despite the Ravens being his top dog team. I can see that. He chose that early on, though, in life, though, Cade. It is hard, extremely hard, for you to start rooting for a team that you've been absolutely antagonizing and ridiculing and making fun of your whole life. It could never happen.
When has that been happening to you, though? Because it seems like you made the switch to the Chiefs very easily.
Yeah.
So you hadn't been going. So
who the hell was I arguing with against the Chiefs? I've always liked the Chiefs. I'm from Kansas.
You're telling me
I've
the
been pro
Steve
Chiefs
Smith,
my whole life.
Andre Johnson rivalry was big enough to where you cheered against the Texans all of your childhood?
It didn't matter if it was a Steve Smith, Andre Johnson rivalry. It didn't matter what was going on. I used to talk down on David Carr every single day. Like everything Texans I had to go against because I wanted to see my friends be miserable. It was the natural occurrence of my adolescence. Forgive me.
Have you ever had like friends where out of nowhere they're just fans of teams? One of my best friend since Kara growing up, has never really been into sports.
Yeah.
And this past year, she became in love with Josh Allen. She will text me Bill's like stats and things. I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm loving this for you that we can talk sports.
Was it a guy she started dating though?
No.
Josh Allen?
She's been with her high school sweetheart.
Okay.
She's like, no, it wasn't that. It was just she loved Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who are you? And what have you done, my friend? Like, I love this, but it was so out of nowhere. She sent me a picture the other day in a Bills sweatshirt.
Oh my gosh, she's
like,
all in.
All in.
Haley got to watch out. Also, you think Josh Allen's a cutie patootie.
Cutie patootie. So we bond on that.
So I was about to say, so you can vibe. You can rock with it.
I get it.
In the YouTube chat, he Cates. I can't even spell it. He says the Chiefs for sure. Mahomes is just so entertaining. His games are never over till it's over. So he didn't tell us who his A team was, but his B team is the Chiefs, and I can get that. And that's the thing for me too, is my whole life I've been rooting for because my birthplace was Kansas, and I've liked the Chiefs. They just weren't my favorite team. They became that 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm ever grateful for it because I enjoy every Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. No matter what day of the week it is good in the kingdom. Happiness is what I chose. I also will say this though, Tina. When you choose that new team, I do think it should be a rite of passage for you to eventually make your way into that stadium. Maybe you make it a road trip, and if you're making it a road trip team, because have you been to Pittsburgh yet? You haven't?
No, I need to go there, and I'll make it a road trip. I'll make a couple stops along the way.
You know what?
And the only way that I'll feel safe making that long road trip is I first have to take my car to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, make sure the tires are all good, make sure if I need an oil change, any maintenance done, they will check it out and make sure me and Sally Girl and whoever I take with me are all good on the road. Don't try to figure things out on your own. Go to the experts at St. Lucie Battery and Tire. Check them out at slbt.com to find a location near you. I know it's St. Lucie, but they have locations in Palm Beach County as well. slbt.com.
Okay, so Cat says his A team is the Giants. His A team is the Giants. His B team is the Chiefs. Not bad. Better when they're in different conferences as well. Then you might get a Super Bowl matchup. Your Steelers, Packers. That was a Super Bowl matchup one year.
Yes, it was.
Not so bad. Kate, your Vikings and Texans will never be a Super Bowl matchup. Sorry to tell you. Look at them. Why do you get so stoic when people start talking down on your Texans? You get so angry. You get ticked off. Why do you have that chip on your shoulder?
That's actually the opposite reason. I'm like, I know, like there's nothing to defend. I'm not giving up hope, but there's nothing to argue back against. I can't even go back and say, well, we used to have this, or we've been doing this. We're quite literally the only AFC team to have never made an AFC championship. There is nothing to go back on. There is no history. No, nothing. I just have to take every second of it. I don't know why I've chosen this. This is the one thing I do get from my dad. We cheer for teams that inherently lose.
There's a certain level of pride that some fans take in that. There is a certain level of pride. So be happy about that. I will say, speaking of teams that generally lose and people cheering for them, my life is better when the Bears win because my whole wife's side of the family is all Bears fans. They're from the south side of Chicago. So to be honest with you, on Sundays, even still, I'm like, go Bears, the Bears. See the victory. In fact, that's why I'm going to Minneapolis to check the Bears out with them. So this will be a good time.
Nice.
So we'll go to break here on the other side. Oh, we have to do our midseason awards. We'll give out a couple of our NFL midseason awards right here on Theoretically Speaking in the happy hour. That is Tina. That's Kate Chumsland in for C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Every family has dreams, a vacation, a new car, or a rainy day fund. With a Boost savings account from Flagler Credit Union, your dreams can become reality. Earn up to 3.25 annual percentage yield with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and easy access to your funds. Whether you're saving
ESPN West Palm is on the move. Brought to you by Safebound Moving and Storage, the most trusted moving company in Florida. You're safe with Safebound.
More than the county's largest employer, the School District of Palm Beach County is a community.
I graduated from the School District of Palm Beach County, and now I'm shaping the future in the A-rated district that shaped me.
This job gives me stability, great benefits, and a schedule that works for my family.
I'm proud to be where diversity is celebrated and professional development helps us grow.
From competitive salaries and the Florida retirement system to making a difference in the lives of our children. Join the School District of Palm Beach County at palmbeachschools.org/careers.
The adrenaline soars at the 36th Annual Stewart Air Show, November 7th, 8th, and 9th at Witham Field in Stewart. Celebrate aviation and experience the excitement of the world's best aerobatic pilots and the power of the Smoke and Thunder jet truck. On Friday, see the Twilight Air Show with fireworks and breathtaking drone display and Dirty Flight Suit Party by TD Bank. We're celebrating aviation history and honoring our veterans. See vintage aircraft, including a MiG-17 jet. Kids will love the adventure of a scavenger hunt, sponsored by Dave & Buster's. Tickets and upgrade information available now at StewartAirShow.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that wants to learn more about careers with Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails, all in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape and your home for sports too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com, pbhnphysiciangroup.com, to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group.
Your fantasy roster is set, the smack talk is heating up, and this season ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sportsbook for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition product.
God knows. I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Thursday night football tonight. The Heat off tonight. They're back in action tomorrow at home against the Charlotte Hornets. And we continue things here on Theoretically Speaking in the happy hours. Kay Chumslin in for C-Cat. Tina in the house. We're going to be giving away some awards today. We're going to be giving away some mid-season NFL awards, and it's going to be 90s themed TV shows. What makes you look like that, Tina? You don't, because TV shows from the 90s is just gonna be the names of the awards, is it?
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yeah.
Well,
Nothing to worry about.
I'm looking forward to them.
It's gonna be great. Before we get to those awards, as we enter now the midway point of the NFL season, I'm curious to you if you know about a place that has some award-winning, nutrition for the good people.
The only place, best award overall MVP is Vitacost and their sport certified marketplace. The only way that I'm going to be able to get a medal in the race that I'm doing in December is by all the supplements and nutrition that I get from Vitacost and their sport certified marketplace, my protein powder, my chews that I use during every run, if they're caffeinated, or my energy chews, my creatine that I get, pre-workout, everything you need all in one place. It's awesome too because you have so many different choices. You can try something new, maybe try a new flavor, try a new brand. There's reviews there to see. Maybe some people liked the caramel flavor over the vanilla. You never know. Vitacost Sport Certified Marketplace. You don't have to be a gym junkie like me or trying to train for a race. You could just try to better your health and make better decisions with your supplements and nutrition. The best part, at the checkout, you put in the code ESPN20, ESPN20 for 20% off your order at Vitacost.com.
What race are you training for in December?
So I'm not doing the full marathon, but I'm doing the marathon relay. So there's 4 of us. So I am doing about either 7.9 or 8.1 miles. We haven't decided which one I'm doing yet. But it is the race gear of the Palm Beaches Marathon.
How many of your buddies that you're racing with have completed a full marathon like you?
1.
Okay.
Yes.
So y'all are the 2 experts, and then you have 2 people that are coming along. Is it their first half marathon-ish?
So it's really
Quarter.
interesting, like the miles that I thought everyone was going to have like 6-ish miles to like get the 26.2. And it's like 4.7, 5.1, and then 7.9, 8.1. Like they're very odd. So me and the other guy who did the marathon last year are doing the higher miles. And then this other girl on our team, she actually runs like 5Ks all the time. She's like super fast. So she's going to do the like 4-mile one.
Yeah.
And then my friend who actually started the team, he wants to finish the race, which is the 5.1. So they all have done like 5Ks. Me and my friend, his name's Courtney, we both did the marathon last year. He like smoked me by probably like almost an hour in his time. I don't think he stopped for a bathroom break like I did.
Okay, that helps. That helps. Yeah.
So I'm excited though. We have a good little crew.
The purpose of the marathon is for y'all to be able to get, or the marathon relay, the reason y'all break it up like that is so y'all can get as fast as time as possible, I guess. So you're trying to race against other people's times to try and win this thing, I guess.
That is my goal. Like last year, it was the distance. 26 miles. I don't care how long it takes me. I just want to complete it. Now my competitive brain is like, we've got to be fast. I'm trying to be in like the high 7 minutes or low 8-minute pace throughout the whole either 7.9 or 8.1 miles that I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
Which is very fast. I don't even know. Like I've been trying to really pick up my pace. I don't even know if my legs can move that fast because I'm getting in like the low 8s, but I'm crashing at the end of these miles. So I have about a month now to prepare until race. It's December 14th and we'll see.
Why do you keep on picking right before the Boca Bowl? I guess this time you have a week. But last year you did the week of the Boca Bowl, you did your marathon.
Last year, it was the craziest time. I ran the marathon. I was in a wedding as a bridesmaid and we had the Boca Bowl. Like I went home and I just rotted on the couch for 3 days. I couldn't even move.
Crazy.
But it's the time of the race and it's also great weather. It's not too hot in December, so it's like good weather. Last year it did rain, so I hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
But it's just when the race is. I would love to do a race like not in Florida. Like I want to go like a destination.
Travel for. You should have did the New York Marathon.
Okay. Seeing all those New York Marathon posts made me want to do one so bad. It was like so inspiring and also just like the energy there, like it's amazing. And you can either be in the lottery or you attach yourself to a charity and raise money. So I'm definitely going to look into it because if I'm going to do another full marathon, it would be the New York City Marathon.
That'll be a great one. Michelle Smallman from the Sportsmanlike raised money, I believe, for the Jimmy V Foundation.
She did.
And was able to run in it and completed the marathon. I believe that was her first marathon. And then Tyler Cameron and Tate.
I saw that.
They both ran the marathon, the New York City Marathon, and finished it as well. So that's pretty cool.
For his mom's foundation.
Yes, for his mom's foundation, the Andrea Cameron Foundation, and which they do annually. They have their event out here. So big shout to us having that many connections to people that ran the New York City Marathon. I can never do a marathon. I refuse to ever do a marathon, but I will applaud y'all in y'all's efforts.
You can do it.
I will. I don't want to. When people say they don't want to do a marathon, that is their way of conceding that it's very difficult and also not wanting to sign up for the work. I don't want to be training for 3 months to run for 26 miles.
Yeah, mine was like 4 or 5 months of training. It was my life. Like running was my personality and training was everything. Like
I can't commit to that. I just can't. I don't want it enough. I don't want it enough. You wanted it and you completed it, which is amazing.
It was hard to switch also from like being so disciplined of like my 4 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm having to I had to cancel so many plans. It was also great for me. Like it wasn't an excuse. I'm like, hey, I have to run 12 miles tomorrow. So no, I can't go out on a Friday night because I have a long run tomorrow and I want to do good and not feel crappy. But it was a lot of discipline. What you're eating, again, nutrition, supplements, making sure my body was like falling apart by like 2 weeks before the race. I was in so much pain. And then and if you don't stick to it, like you might not finish it. Your body might not be able to do the 26 miles. So it is a lot of commitment. And it was hard for me afterwards to go back to like normal life of, I don't have to wake up at, 5 a.m. to go run 10 miles before work on a Wednesday. But I loved it. I actually like really enjoyed it. And that's why also when I was asked to do this relay, I'm like, I get to train again. I like that.
Yeah, you kind of become addicted to that hustle. You kind of love the passion of getting it together. Like professional athletes talk about that all the time, is when you're in that regimen, when you're doing it and you're flowing, that becomes your life. And when it ends, you're like, oh, what is life? The NFL season, we are about midway through. Kate Shumslin and I are going to give out some mid-season NFL awards, and it's 90s television show themed. We have our awards music, and let's start with the negative award. How about that? The Family Matters Award.
That's a negative?
Well, here's the thing. I got to spin on it. It's the Family Matters Award. Time to hang it up. Time to be a family man.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
Family Matters. Did I do that?
I like it.
Pete Carroll is the one for me that gets the Family Matters Award. He's the oldest coach in the NFL team at 74 years old.
He's adorable.
He is adorable. You know what? It is cute.
It is grandpa?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's got to be probably a great grandpa.
I was going to say, he's got to be a grandpa.
Here's my thing, though, Pete Carroll. If they're going to hire you in here to the Las Vegas Raiders, they expect results quickly. They're not doing this for the long game. He's the oldest coach in the league. He's also one of the worst coaches in the league to date right now this year. The Raiders enter tonight's bout at 2-6. Not only are they 2-6, they have absolutely felt like they've been derailed from within in the locker room. And outside of that Brock Bowers performance last weekend.
Thank you, Brock Bowers, my fantasy team.
You have him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. That was a good week.
I got 40-something points.
Yeah. He was the highest scoring. Brock Bowers had the highest scoring PPR week of the league. Of the year. And this is his first week back from injury for like 3 or 4 weeks.
It was amazing.
He saved it all up. So Pete Carroll, I think it's time for him to hang it up. Family matters, Pete Carroll. And it's time for you to become a family man again. Kate, who do you have as the Family Matters Time to Hang It Up award?
It's hilarious how I just defended myself not being a Houston Texans pessimist, but I got to go to H-Town. Nick Chubb is done.
Don't do my dog like that.
Nick Chubb is done. Nick Chubb is washed. He has no fight. He has no speed. It is the Woody Marks show from here on for the rest of the season until next year when we can get Joe Mixon back. The Texans need to put Nick Chubb on the back burner to let Woody Marks do his thing for the rest of the season. Nick Chubb, family matters. You had too many injuries. You cannot go on at your age at the running back position.
And you know, at this point for Chubb, it's all ego. You don't want to go out like that. He wants to end his career on a high note, and he you know what? He still has the vision. He still has the strength. He just ain't got the burst.
No.
He just ain't got the burst. Sometimes that leaves you.
Takes a lot of time for him to get through that offensive line.
He runs like he just did a marathon yesterday.
Wow, yeah.
Just ain't got the burst anymore. That's your Family Matters award here as we go through half of a year in. We're doing the NFL awards, and it's all 90s show themed. The next one I would like to do with you is the Seinfeld Award. Familiar with Seinfeld?
I'm familiar. I've never watched it.
Do you think this is a good or a bad award?
I think it's good.
Okay. All right. Kay, I guess you already know. The Seinfeld Award is, this team is a joke.
Oh, no.
This team is a joke. And Seinfeld was really funny. It was a show about nothing, situational comedy. I actually watched every single episode of every season at one point. I binge watched it after a buddy of mine told me he loved it, and I checked it out, and it was really good.
I need to watch it.
I
have to watch it.
It is absolutely a good show. It's one of those must watches. At least catch a season or two of it. It's pretty good. The team that's a joke is the team nearest to us, and that is the Miami Dolphins. At least with the New York Jets, they sold a lot of assets, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, and they now have a treasure trove of draft picks and draft capital. They have a direction. They have a head coach that they believe in Aaron Glenn, despite the losses this year. They know what they want to be. They know what they are not, and they are building towards that. I thought the Dolphins would be that. I thought they would sell at the trade deadline. You had the opportunity. You only sold one dude, and that was Jalen Phillips, and all you got back was a third-round pick. You're still tethered to Tua Tagovailoa, who nobody has confidence in. You still have Mike McDaniel as your head coach, who I think can be good, but clearly he's lost his locker room over a year ago. So the Dolphins are a joke. They have the Bills this coming weekend, and I think that joke is going to be there's going to be an eruption of laughter around that game if things go haywire, which I expect them to. I want the Dolphins to be better. I want them to have a direction. I wish they sold and got more draft picks, but for right now, they get the Seinfeld Award. That team is a joke.
Very true. I'm going to go for the team that is the most stereotypical joke of the NFL, but I think it completely matters. I'm going to the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, man.
Talking about another trade that makes absolutely no sense for them. Quinnen Williams. The player does. The picks don't. A first and a second? Let me ask you something, Theo. When we were going through our divisions and we got to the NFC East, did we mention the Dallas Cowboys as a playoff contender?
Absolutely not.
So what are we trading first and second round picks in the mid-season for?
I was trying to figure this out when it happened. The thing I hate most about their trade, though, Cade, not just that they traded that, but they made a caveat in the trade to where the Jets are going to get the best of the 2 first-round picks. So it's not just that you're trading that future first. You're saying, hey, now I'm going to make it even more advantageous for you and give me that 28-year-old defensive tackle. I like Quinnen Williams, but I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs now with him.
No, not at all. And especially with the rest of the conference being as good as it is, we already mentioned. I think that trade, the player is correct. The picks are outrageous.
Absolutely outrageous. We'll do one more before we go to break here. The King of the Hill Award. This has got to be good, right, Tina?
I would assume so. We've done all bad awards.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah. You know, I like to have fun here on Theoretically Speaking. King of the Hill. I like that show. It was kind of based in Texas. Few brothers just kicking it, barbecuing, and talking smack. Good show. Fun stuff. King of the Hill Award goes to the Super Bowl favorite. This is for the team that through 10 weeks or 9 weeks now, going into week 10, I feel like is the favorite to win the Super Bowl. And this is the year in which there has been parity amongst the teams in a way that feels absolutely ridiculous. But my King of the Hill, I'm going to keep it simple, keep it short. Kansas City Chiefs. Still.
Oh, my goodness.
They're on the outside looking in. I still think that they're going to be the best team when it's all said and done. It's projecting.
You just said yesterday how Travis Kelce isn't doing that great.
Yeah, he's not. You need to hang it up. He almost got the Pete Carroll Award. Chiefs are the Super Bowl favorites right now still for me.
Keep hitting that.
I want to mute him, but I feel like I'd get in some other trouble, so we're just going to
Give me your Super Bowl favorite.
I'm going to go with the LA Rams.
Wow.
I think it can be the Seattle Seahawks. I just don't trust Sam Darnold completely in that playoff spot. But whoever wins the NFC West will win the Super Bowl.
Wow.
That's my prediction, whether it's the Rams or the Seahawks. And I'm going to give my lenience to the Rams as of right now. Completely healthy Rams is the best team in the NFL.
That team is they have very little weaknesses. If any, they have very little weaknesses. So I do like the Rams, but I think that the team who is going to have the least amount of weaknesses when it's all said and done is the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to host the Lombardi Trophy.
Can you believe this guy?
Ugh.
Can you believe this guy, Tina?
I couldn't see yesterday.
I'm crazy for picking the Chiefs. I'm crazy for saying the Chiefs.
You are absolutely out of your mind.
What is it about? Is it their record? He didn't like how they looked against the Bills?
Have you watched them play? They look awful.
Yeah,
they don't look awful.
Just this season.
They look...
Yeah, they were missing offensive linemen against the Bills.
Wait till Mike Rizzo hears about this on Russo and Rizzo coming up next. He's going to have a field day with you.
Tell him about it. I mean, in a year where parity is amongst us in a major way, just pick the team that's done it year after year after year, and that's the Chiefs. It's a safe pick for me. Just saying. You're talking about the Rams? The Super Bowl was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford's like 49.
The Chiefs just had the most embarrassing Super Bowl of recent history.
And I will say the Rams had the Eagles on the brink last year, and they look better this year. Los Angeles. So I like the pick. I'm just saying I'm still riding with the Chiefs. More on the other side, that is Tina. That is Kate Shumslin. I'm Theo Dorsey. We are Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Whether it's a clutch touchdown pass, a game-winning dunk, or an impressive dash to the finish, we want to highlight the best performance of the week. The winning performance will receive $500 courtesy of Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Catch the biggest moments and winners all season long on ESPN 106.3 and ESPN West Palm Play. Nominate them today by emailing highschool@espnwestpalm.com. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Welcome to being treated like a pro.
Man, I got to tell you about a special football team right here in Palm Beach County. Off I-95 and the Turnpike lays the flagship campus of Kaiser University. The Kaiser Seahawks are all about championships, both on the field and in the classroom. They've got 26 national championships, and that number only grows as we get deeper and deeper into the illustrious school's history. The men's tennis team won their first ever NAI title last spring, and there was a three-peat from the men's lacrosse. They're going for 4 this year. And I haven't even gotten to the Kaiser football team. Those special Kaiser Seahawks, those undefeated Kaiser Seahawks, those national champion Kaiser Seahawks from a couple of years ago, well, they've got their next home game on November 8th. That Saturday at 6 o'clock. It's senior night. It's a special senior night because the Kaiser Seahawks take on Southeastern. That's their best home game of the year to finish off that home Sun Conference schedule. You can get the latest on the championship Kaiser Seahawk athletic programs at kuseahawks.com. kuseahawks.com. Defend the beach.
Serving clients for over 30 years, Team IP has been the #1 souvenir merchandiser in the U.S., proudly powering over 2,800 events and 24 college football bowl games every year, including ESPN events, and the Boca Raton Bowl right here in South Florida. From custom apparel to branded promo gear, we bring your event to life. Want to boost your brand? Visit teamip.com and make Team IP your team today. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2025 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2025 Defender 110 P300S for just $849 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 or in Mississippi.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
You can always tell your smart speakers to play ESPN 106.3. You can download the ESPN South Florida app. That can get you to listen to us live and stream us as well, or jump right straight to YouTube at ESPN South Florida and tag along on the show. And if you do the YouTube version of your watching pleasure or even a Twitter, you can comment along with the show. And we see a comment in the YouTube chat right now at Paul, who says, I give Theo the Simpson Award for being a homer. Okay. That was
Love
good.
that.
He's saying I'm a homer because I said the Chiefs.
It was obvious.
For the king of the hill.
It's obvious.
That's my favorite team.
Yeah.
It's also the team that's been in the AFC Championship game every year since Mahomes has started. Has won 3 Super Bowls over the past 6 years. I mean,
but they're not that good right now.
Ah.
Like, how can you say that?
Because I've seen enough. You know what? How can you say that F45 is a great place to train? You go there all the time. You've seen it a lot.
I know. And I can tell you every single day, 45-minute workout, you stick with it, you'll see the results. I love not having to think about my workout. I walk in, there's screens, there's coaches. They tell you everything to do. There's timers. You don't got to think about it. You're in, you're out, you break a sweat, 45-minute workout, F45, Palm Beach Gardens. Go see why I'm so obsessed with it. Check them out on Instagram at F45 Palm Beach Gardens.
It's like clockwork. F45 getting you right. The Chiefs being in the Super Bowl.
No.
It's like clockwork.
No.
Hand in hand.
No.
K-Chums, appreciate you filling in here this week for CCAT as he's out in Istanbul kicking it. Russo and Rizzo is next. And go in love, go in peace, go enjoy. Peace. Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers.